So now I hope none of your negotiations go this way. Unless you're this one. Yeah, negotiation's fine. So think of when you go to buy a car. We actually talked about that at our table. The car salesperson wants to sell you a car, but in the process wants to maximize his or her commission. You, on the other hand, want to buy a car at the best possible cost you can. And there is the yin and yang of the scenario. One wants to buy, one wants to sell. But once you are beyond that, you begin the ritualistic negotiation mating dance that will hopefully positively end for you. However, in this kind of situation, you may consider yourself at a disadvantage because the car salesperson negotiates these deals many times a day, while you may only be involved in negotiating a car maybe once every 4 or so years. So how can you create, at worst, a level playing field, and at best, an advantage? But let's face it, negotiating isn't just about when you're buying something. It's about dealing with issues with your children, with your spouse, with your lover, and sometimes those two are the same. With your boss, with your employees, with your vendors, with your clients, with the store clerk, where you get the picture. You negotiate pretty much with everyone. So let's talk about the negotiation advantage for women. In many ways, men have defined most of the unwritten and some of the written rules of negotiating. And women and men, well, we don't communicate the same way. And I think that became abundantly clear years ago when John Perry came out with the book Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus. Women have often been accused of not having the same competitive drive, or that we are too focused on the win-win scenario, and that we forget that it is about maximizing our benefits. This doesn't mean driving the other party into the ground, but it does mean a conscious effort not to walk away leaving anything on the table or allowing ourselves to be manipulated into saying yes. Women have many potential approaches to negotiation, but alas, we often get sucked into playing by the boys' rules. Well, this is about changing the rules, breaking the rules, and making up a few new ones. And it's about understanding your options and your alternatives, and people to stuff together, and what to look for in a negotiation. It is about making you a bona fide contender in the boxing match of negotiation, which brings us to you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate. Over the years, I've negotiated many agreements, because I started my career when I was 12. I've negotiated with my child, with my parents, with my friends, with my teams and clients, and so on. I've negotiated agreements that were not so large and some that were over $100 million. I negotiate with store clerks. I negotiated with my ex-husband because he's an ex that probably didn't work so well, but I really negotiated agreements. The aspects of style and tactics are ones that you can utilize regardless of the type of negotiation. Now, a lot of today I'll be talking somewhat business, but it is also about personal negotiation. And do I mean to use the same style and tactics each time? Absolutely not. But you will have a very good idea of what you will need to use in your bag of tricks based on the planning and preparation you've done or the experience you've had. But let's face it, unless it is a preordained business or legal negotiation, you might not be totally able to prepare. And the key thing in all negotiations, though, is not to let the ego engage. As soon as you allow yourself to get emotional in a negotiation, you will be at a disadvantage. It's truly about keep calm and carry on.